In an interview with our friends over at Collider.com, Sam Jackson revealed that his character Nick Fury would not be appearing in the upcoming Captain America Civil War film. He was quoted saying, "I'm not in Captain America 3. I can't figure that out, but I'm not. I guess I'm still out there trying to figure out what happened to S.H.I.E.L.D. and who these other people are." Jackson went on to say it was an honor to play Nick Fury and hopes to extend his contract with Marvel as his 9-picture deal is coming to an end soon. Christian, do you think it's true that Sam Jackson will not be in Civil War? And if he isn't, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I don't think he will be, and here's why. I don't think I told this story yet. When I went to the Avengers premiere. One of the coolest. I was walking around like a little kid, and as I'm walking by, I see Chadwick Boseman, and I look at him, and he's got this look in his eyes, like, oh, I gotta talk to somebody. He walks up and he talks to Sam Jackson. It was the first meeting between the two, and I was standing right there, eavesdropping like a creep. And what Sam Jackson said is, he's like, "I'm really excited about your movie, man." He's like, "I'm not going to be in your movie." Like, and this was like months ago. He's like, "I'm not gonna be in it. I'm trying, but I don't think I'm gonna be in that one." He's like, "But maybe he's like, enjoy the Marvel universe, kid." And there's this whole thing. It was such a great interaction between the two of them. But he said it then. He's saying it now. I don't know. They're shooting now, so I don't think he's gonna be in it. It would kind of make sense for Nick Fury to be in Civil War some way or another. I'd like to see him have a cameo. They figure it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think he's gonna be in it.
So you've been sitting on a scoop for like months.
I didn't even realize it was a scoop until I read it. I was like, I should have
wait for the charges to not be pressed.
Yeah, I know. No, I should have talked about that the second it happened, but I was literally like a little kid. Oh my God, that's Nick Fury and Black Panther.
Well, I was working the red carpet, and I saw you on the red carpet. And yes, you were jumping around, running around like a little kid. Mark, what do you think?
I was nowhere near the red carpet that night. I was in my apartment as usual. I can't imagine he's not going to be in the movie. I know they're shooting right now. Then they're going to do reshoots. I think that this is. I don't know if it's a ruse, because it sounds like there's some sort of contract negotiation going. If he wants to get his contract extended, maybe he's not allowed to talk about it, and maybe as of this moment today that there isn't ink on the paper yet that he can't say that he's in it or if he's not in it. I don't buy it for a second, though. I will not buy it until I actually see Captain America: Winter Soldier stay until the Civil War, stay until the end credits, and see that he's not in it at all. That's the only time I'm going to say that I believe he's not in this movie.
I hope it's not true. And we've had Marvel actors before say, "Oh no, I'm not going to be in this movie." Like Anthony Mackie said he wasn't going to be in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Right. And even though he wasn't a significant role, it wasn't just a cameo. He was, in it quite a bit. Assuming it's true, it's odd to me, given the story. Yeah. All the superheroes are fighting in the world, and Nick Fury's not around. And especially if you read the comic books, I don't remember if he was exactly in it, but S.H.I.E.L.D. plays a big part in it because they're trying to enforce the Superhuman Registration Act. And I think in the comic book, Maria Hill is in charge, and she's doing that. So I just don't understand why his character would not be around. What's he doing? If all these people are fighting and he's, twiddling his thumbs somewhere.
I mean, look, if it's a cliffhanger-y kind of ending and it ends with them still fighting each other, then maybe he's one of the uniting forces in Infinity War. I mean, you don't know how far they're going to spin this story, but you're right. You would imagine. I think this is clear from these comments that he's not playing a significant role in Civil War, but I can't imagine him not popping up.
Let's play the creative versus the business side of it too. Is that with everyone that you assume is going to be in Civil War, whether it's Spider-Man and Black Panther, and everybody that's been rumored so far to be in this movie, which is I think everyone,
literally every Marvel hero,
like everyone's going to be in it. So it's one thing that because do you want to spend the money on Sam Jackson for that? Because I agree with you guys, Nick Fury should be in it. But if the story that they've written so far doesn't have Nick Fury having a big role in it, do you want to spend the money on Sam Jackson just for a 5 or 10 minute cameo? Or do you want to negotiate this deal, get a nice chunk of change, and use him and utilize him for the other movies, the Avengers that are coming up, and other movies too? I happen to agree with you guys. I think he should be in it. But looking at it at Marvel's perspective, maybe they just think that they can do this movie without him.
Well, along your lines, though, maybe not just the money, but he has that whole 9-picture deal, right? And I think he's done 7 already.
Why waste it on?
Yeah, and they may have to waste it for this one. Maybe that's it. I mean, what would you guys do? Because he says he loves playing Nick Fury, but his contract ends after 2 more pictures. Right. But he says he wants to re-up. What do you guys think if he doesn't come back?
If he doesn't come back in Civil War?
No.
Or
just in general.
Any of them.
Yeah, let's say he comes back, it does his 2 pictures, and then that's it. That's it
Right.
for Sam Jackson's Nick Fury.
Well, I don't think a lot of these heroes are going to come back after Infinity War.
No.
I think that's going to be the end of their run. I mean, it's called Infinity War, and it seems like they're trying to set up a new universe with Inhumans and some other things that are coming out that they're going to try to push us forward with different superheroes, and then eventually they all get rebooted. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's done after Infinity War. But I think that he'd like to be in every movie he can until that happens.
But if that's the case, though, right there, then you have your answer to Civil War. Because if they don't sign him for another contract, right, then you need him for Infinity War. That's 2 movies.
Okay.
So you have him for 1 and 2. You can't use him in Civil War.
Maybe that's the reason.
That could be the reason. Because if they don't renegotiate a new contract and they're not going to sign him to any more movies, you need him in Infinity War. You have to. So you put him in those. You cut your losses and say, okay, look, we're not going to be able to re-sign this guy. We need him in these 2 movies. We don't put him in Civil War.
Well, here's what we know is that we need to get Christian on the red carpet for Sam Jackson's next movie to find out more information.
True.
And then if he doesn't come back, maybe they take Kobe Smulders and Maria Hill and go, okay, now you're the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then try and either renegotiate with him or get another person to play Nick Fury.